So what's your name, where do you live, and how long have you had your clutter challenge before you started your clutter clearing journey?
My name is Chris. I live about 20 miles north of London in a village, and I've had my clutter challenge most of my life, really.
Now, most of us who have had our clutter challenge for more than 3 years have ended up in a cycle of clearing some of it and then finding it's grown back again over time. So it feels like we're never getting anywhere. Was that your experience before you started your clutter clearing journey?
Yeah, very much so. So we might get one room decorated or something, and everything from that, all the clutter from that room would get put in another room. And then I would try not to put it back afterwards, but then the other room would get more and more cluttered, and it's just sort of going round and round, really.
Moving it from corner to corner, room to room.
Yeah, and it doesn't just grow back, it seems to multiply.
Yeah,
the longer you're in a place, the more clutter you accumulate, if you're that way inclined.
Now that you're successfully clearing your clutter on your journey, do you think you'll be able to keep the rooms and areas clear of clutter when it's all done? And if so, how and why?
I do really hope so. Now I'm beginning to think that maybe I will, because, well, various reasons. I'm not just moving stuff from room to room, so stuff is actually leaving the house. More stuff is leaving than is coming in. Also, I've now got a few clear rooms that have stayed clear much longer than they would have done previously. And I do the regular visual check-ins to make sure it's not growing back. And so while it's still manageable, if there are things that shouldn't be there, they can be moved. And also, the more you clear, the more things have a home where they should be, and you can find them and put them back when you've used them instead of on the floor. Yeah, that great filing cabinet on the floor. Yeah.
So the 7-step journey that you're on is a 2-year part-time course, and we're all used to seeing the TV programs where they seem to get it all done by having a big blitz in a relatively short period of time, and we're all searching for that magic wand so that we can clear our clutter as quickly and easily as possible without having to really make any effort. How have you managed to make sure your clutter clearing doesn't take over your life and make time in your busy life to do a maximum of 2 hours a day on your journey for 5 days a week?
If I'm absolutely honest, there have been times when it has felt a bit like it's taken over my life, because I'm so determined to keep doing it that other things have had to sort of go by the wayside, or be put on hold. But the thing that really helped me, I think, was realizing it's better to do, if I feel, well, 2 hours I can't do that, it's better to do something, and then gradually that builds up. And also I had a bit of a light bulb moment when I realized that 2 1-hour sessions in a day is really not that much, it's doable. And so I started doing that, and now I tend to do 2 hours together. But that was a bit of a breakthrough, just a sort of mindset that 2 hours is not actually that awful.
So breaking it down into 2 manageable 1 hours to start with. Everyone who's trying to declutter has bad days and tough weeks, and that's when we're most likely to give up. Given how long you've been on your clutter clearing journey, how have you managed to get through the bad days and the tough weeks when I'm sure you felt like giving up?
It's definitely not doing it on your own, being part of the journey and having support from you, having the social gatherings, and just sort of not feeling you're just struggling on your own has helped me not to give up.
So what advice would you give anyone who's thinking about starting their 7-step journey but is a bit worried about how long it's going to take to clear and how much time they're going to need each week to do the doing?
I have, if I was still working, I'm not sure that I would have done it or how I would have done it. So I do have a lot of sympathy with people who are trying to do it and working, especially full time. But even then, if you really want to do it, I think if you could spend maybe 15 or 30 minutes a day and maybe 2 hours at the weekend, it would take you longer, but you would get there in the end if you just sort of, it's that regular thing, really.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing.